subpoena gate continues. This is going to be really a hiccup for Blake Lively and her team, I think.
To be able to secretly get these documents without having to give anyone notice, that would be the process, and we intend to take all allowable action under the law.
With all of the it ends with us and Deadpool drama, just all of the information about the two of them that's resurfaced, we now know that he likes to be the one in control, the one with all of the power. Ryan having some weird resentment towards Blake has been right in our faces all along. I don't know how to tell you this, but your husband hates you.
Ryan Reynolds is refusing to be seen with Blake Lively in public. They're not going to be working together on any more projects, and if they're going to save their marriage, they've got to keep it low key. Those are Ryan's rules to keep everything in line to try to save their reputation and careers. But Blake isn't backing down when it comes to Justin Baldoni, and now a shady lawsuit that was filed last year is starting to come to light, and it's making Blake look really bad. So let's get into it. Ever since Blake Lively filed the It Ends With Us lawsuit, everyone's life has been falling apart. Justin Baldoni's career has taken a hit, Ryan Reynolds' career is suffering, and Blake Lively's own marriage is falling apart. I would be pretty upset if I were Blake reading these headlines that Ryan Reynolds won't even work with his own wife anymore. Part of the reason why they were a power couple was because of how involved they were in Hollywood, but to try to separate them into two separate entities and to not look at them as a couple will be difficult to do. Ever since these two were spotted at SNL's 50th anniversary, it seems like they're trying to fly solo. We've seen Blake at the donut shop. We've seen Blake going and promoting Another Simple Favor, all alone. A source close to the couple says that they're trying to keep their professional lives separate. Quote, Ryan and Blake both now realize if their careers are going to survive, they cannot be involved in the same projects because everything will be heavily scrutinized. Ryan's career could also take a hit if Hollywood stops seeing him as the nice guy. If this case spirals, it could chip away at his sterling reputation. Now, I've talked to you guys before about their relationship, and I feel like Ryan's always treated Blake less than he is. It kind of reminds me of his relationship with Scarlett Johansson. He could not deal with having a superstar as a partner, so he wants someone who's, famous, but not as famous as he is, at least not as threatening. And the way that he has posted about her on social media, I would never forgive my husband.
Looking back at these photos that Ryan posted of Blake, I'm not laughing anymore. Do you guys remember how for Blake's birthday or their wedding anniversary or anything like that, he would post not flattering photos of Blake or where she's kind of blurry? And at the time, we were all like, oh, ha, that's so funny. They're so silly together. But now with all of the It Ends With Us and Deadpool drama, just all of the information about the two of them that's resurfaced, I'm wondering if these were ever a joke at all. Or if Ryan having some weird resentment towards Blake has been right in our faces all along, but we just thought he was joking.
It almost seems like he secretly hates her.
Him posting these photos of Blake makes me think of when women on TikTok post videos of their husband thinking that they're being super funny. And then everyone in the comments is like, I don't know how to tell you this, but your husband hates you. We now know that he likes to be the one in control, the one with all of the power. So was him posting these photos of her just a way to knock her down a peg? Like, hey, happy birthday, honey, here's a photo where you're blurry and out of focus while I am crystal clear and the center of attention. He's also done weird things online, like tagging her in this Instagram comment, and read the caption of this post. It's just weird. I don't know, maybe I'm reading a little too into this, but I'm definitely looking at all of these photos in a whole new lens after all of this stuff that's come out recently. What do you think? Is it a stretch or worth considering?
Now, I came across an interesting article inside Ryan Reynolds' desperate bid to save his image amid Blake Lively's $400 million legal battle with Justin Baldoni. So, I mean, that's a good sign for Blake that Ryan is trying to save. Now, in regards to the court, it looks like Ryan was behind the decision to request a gagging order against Justin Baldoni's legal team to try to shut up his lawyer Brian Friedman from doing any more press. Now, we know that the lawsuits have been filed, but Blake and Ryan upped the tensions on Tuesday when they asked that a protective order be issued against Brian Friedman, who they accused of launching a harassing and retaliatory media campaign against them, because he's going and advocating for his client, which he should be. I mean, I don't think that Justin Baldoni should be going and doing these interviews himself. He hired Brian to kind of go and do his dirty work. But it seems like Ryan was stressing out, so he wanted to file this protective order to try to shut up the attorney so that he stops talking about Ryan Reynolds' connection and any of the other projects that Ryan Reynolds has going, because he has a production company with a lot of movies and things in store, so it would be pretty bad timing if his reputation tanked. You know what's worse than getting injured? Fighting with the insurance company afterwards. They will often stall, delay, and lowball you because their goal is to pay you as little as possible because they are not on your side. That's where Morgan & Morgan comes in. They are the largest injury law firm in America with over 1,000 attorneys and millions of clients served. They've secured billions of dollars for settlements and verdicts, including a $26 million payout in Philadelphia, 40 times more than what the insurance company originally offered. And the best part about Morgan & Morgan is that they don't charge anything up front. There is no consulting fee, there's no hourly rate, there's no hidden cost by going and getting them to help you out. So if you've been hurt in an accident, Morgan & Morgan has your back if you become their client. You can go to forthepeople.com/Sloan or scan the QR code on the screen to start your claim now. You probably could get it submitted before this video is even over with, and it's not going to hurt to go and figure out how much you are owed. Thank you, Morgan & Morgan, for sponsoring this video, and enjoy. Ryan is also concerned for Blake's career because it turns out that Lily Bloom, this character she played for It Ends With Us, was supposed to be her I made it moment. I mean, she was able to go and sneak away with getting her cut. She was able to go and get some credits. So she wasn't only a lead actress, but also behind the scenes technically. So if this movie did really well at the award shows, then it would be a great look for Blake, but it ended up backfiring. Ryan's source says that he's concerned for her well-being. She's deeply affected by all this, and he is as well. This is a nightmare for everyone involved, and the fact that it doesn't seem to be coming to an end anytime soon is even more unsettling for everyone. Now, unfortunately, Justin Baldoni's attorney Brian Friedman's house burnt down in the LA wildfires, so Ryan isn't making his life any easier. One of the reasons why Ryan is trying to stop Justin's attorney Brian is because Brian released that unedited footage to the media, and which makes Blake look like she kind of enjoys what's going on with Justin Baldoni. I mean, with clips like this, you cannot convince me that she wasn't into it.
And they win! Oh my gosh, we don't shut up.
And Emily and I have we have this moment
Staring, you just stare.
literally we've done it for 5 minutes. it's like, I think you would find it terrifying. It's literally, we literally each other, and time,
on a sociopath.
and time stops.
Yeah.
But that's just how it's been for us from the beginning.
No, we're like, oh my god, there's something.
A separate source told the Daily Mail that it was absurd to think that Justin Baldoni or Brian Friedman would be banned from talking about a case that they are a part of, stating that their gag order was dead in the water. You do have to keep in mind that we have several lawsuits going on here. We've got Blake's against Justin's, we've got Justin's against Blake's and the New York Times, suing them for defamation and launching a $400 million lawsuit, also accusing Blake of hijacking the film. Ryan was entered into the lawsuit when Justin accused him of swearing and berating him in an aggressive tirade at a meeting at their New York penthouse. He also claimed that Ryan tried to interfere with the movie's script and force out the editors and composer that he had hired in favor for professionals that he had previously worked with. So we've got a lot of different allegations coming from many different directions. But I want to take it back to that unedited video footage that we got because I found an interesting statement from an intimacy coordinator. Her name is Maya, and she told the Hollywood Reporter that she believes the video proves that Justin Baldoni did make Blake Lively uncomfortable. When asked what stood out to her about the scene, she said, "The first thing is that he is trying to kiss her, and they clearly haven't discussed that ahead of time, and she keeps pulling away and clearly doesn't want to do that." Which, okay, I'm not doubting Maya or what her intimacy coordinator background looks like, but how do you take that away from the video footage that we're all collectively watching together? Maya said that if an intimacy coordinator had been present, they would have stopped any kissing, and that Justin's alleged failure to communicate was pretty damning, both as an actor and a director. Blake Lively's legal team said that Justin and his lawyer may hope that this latest stunt will get ahead of the damaging evidence against him, but the video itself is damning. It almost sounds like Maya works for Blake Lively's side, because why are they both using the word damning in their statement? I don't know if that's I don't really use that word, so I don't know if that's a common phrase, but kind of interesting. I note those little things.
Almost.
If you should ever leave
Right across again, where you were.
The world could show nothing to me. So what good would living be?
I mean, it's a romantic scene. I don't know what the actual story is supposed to be here, where they are within their relationship. I mean, I don't know. Isn't he supposed to be like harmful towards her? That's what my understanding, right?
God only knows what I feel. God only knows what I feel without you. God only knows. God only.
So I don't know. I mean, they're actors. I don't know exactly what goes into that. I have seen before, like on set, you have to stay there for so long for the camera to focus and to get everything right. So maybe there's something that has to do with that. But I want to hear what you guys think of that video footage in the comments below. Now, in a super recent article, it looks like the Daily Mail, which, you know, we do have to question sometimes their reporting, but they have this interesting headline: Blake Lively's super shady legal tactic that set off war with Justin Baldoni before he even had a clue. Now, what's fascinating about this case is that we do have a lot of information right now, but there's still a really big gap of information, like what happened before all of this, which will come out in discovery when everyone provides their evidence.
A new bombshell just dropped as to how Blake Lively allegedly got the text messages that she used in her lawsuit against Justin Baldoni. Court records show that on September 27 of last year, a lawsuit was filed in Manhattan Supreme Court by a company called Van Zandt. This lawsuit accuses 10 Jane Does of harming Van Zandt's business without going into specifics as to what they did wrong. Van Zandt is owned by Blake Lively, and just 4 days after the filing, on October 1st, they issued a subpoena to Baldoni's ex-publicist, Stephanie Jones, and her company, JonesWorks. Jones did not object to the subpoena and turned over all of her texts between Jennifer Abel, former staff, and Melissa Nathan. After the subpoena was issued on December 19th, Van Zandt then withdrew their lawsuit without any further action. That next day, December 20th, Blake Lively filed her California Civil Rights Department complaint accusing Justin Baldoni of SH and retaliation. Justin Baldoni's attorney has spoken out, stating, "This appears to be an end around, skirting the process. To be able to secretly get these documents without having to give anyone notice, that would be an abuse of the process, and we intend to take all allowable action under the law." On the other hand, Blake Lively's attorneys have stated that this newly uncovered lawsuit is common and entirely appropriate, and they've accused Justin Baldoni's attorney of a faux outrage.
Now, legal experts are calling this case that Blake Lively had worked on with her lawyers a sham lawsuit, describing it as super shady. This was a tactic that Blake's team decided to take to go and to receive like text messages from Justin Baldoni's publicist without Justin's legal team being aware that she's doing this. So she can kind of slide and get the information before they can detect it and stop it. Brian Friedman, Justin's attorney, said that he had no idea about this lawsuit. Blake's lawyer said the newly uncovered lawsuit was common and entirely appropriate, and accused Brian of fake outrage. Court papers show the shadow lawsuit was filed in Manhattan Supreme Court on September 27th of last year by a company called Van Zandt. Van Zandt? The lawsuit accused up to 10 unidentified individuals of harming the business's reputation. So I don't know what they did wrong. They don't actually list that here. There's 10 people and a company called Van Zandt, and somehow it's connected to all of this. Here is a copy of the legal filing that we have found, and you can see it's Van Zandt versus Does 1 through 10 inclusive. The only name we have in this paperwork is Samantha Cates. She's a New York attorney, but they don't list Blake Lively's name or anyone else's name anywhere in this paperwork, which is shady. 4 days after the filing on October 1st, Samantha issued a subpoena to Justin Baldoni's ex-publicist Stephanie Jones and her company JonesWorks, demanding all documents and communications relating to Blake Lively, her husband Ryan Reynolds, their companies, and Justin Baldoni. Stephanie Jones, I don't think she knew what to do here, so she ended up turning over a bunch of things to Samantha, this attorney, even though she doesn't even really know who's behind this suit. The text showed that Justin Baldoni, Jessica Abel, and Melissa Nathan coordinated a negative publicity campaign against Blake Lively, even while they were meant to be promoting the movie in 2024, which is why Blake Lively is trying to go after him. She does really blame everyone else but herself for her bad reputation, and you know what? I can see in part why the Justin Baldoni case doesn't make her look good, but also I keep thinking about those worst moments that she's had in these interview clips where she just comes off terrible.
Why is Deadpool Wolverine sold out? I'm sorry, I got distracted back there. I feel offended, but we're not out yet. That's fine. I'm happy about that. The Dance With Us is in theaters now, so grab your friends, wear your florals, and head out to Lily Bloom is, oh, look at me in flowers, Lily Bloom. It's neoprene. It's just like go deep sea diving in it.
This movie is going to affect people, and they're going to want to tell you about their lives. So if someone understands the themes of this movie, comes across you in public, and they want to really talk to you, what's the best way for them to be able to talk to you about this? How would you recommend they go about it?
Like asking for like my address or my phone number or like my location share. Or I could just location share you, and then we could. I'm just
social security number.
I'm a Virgo, so I'm like, are we talking logistics? Are we talking emotionally? Well, I'm not the type of actor who can act without producing. You know, like you can't just put me in any clothes and give me any words and have me step in and transform. And so pretty. Everything is no clear ones. You know better. Hello.
In one of those text messages, we saw Melissa Nathan write, "We can bury anyone." So it looks like they could destroy Blake Lively if they wanted to, which doesn't make Justin look good. Samantha then asked for the Van Zandt suit to be withdrawn without any further action on December 19th. So she filed it, got the information she wanted to with a subpoena, and then pulled out, which seems rather convenient. The following day, Blake formally filed her California Civil Rights Department complaint against Justin Baldoni, accusing him of harassment and retaliation. Records show that Van Zandt was founded in 2010 in Delaware. Every company in Delaware, they have, they're no shade to Delaware. Shout out to anyone who is from Delaware or anyone in Rehoboth Beach. I love Rehoboth Beach, but I grew up going there. But Delaware has interesting laws. I don't believe they have sales tax. So when you go to the store, you don't pay like sales tax, but they also have really crazy business laws. A lot of privacy is attached to them. So a lot of rich people will go there and file businesses there because you don't have to say who the business even like reports to. I mean, you can go there and I think you get good taxes too. So I don't know. Either way, companies in Delaware, I've always known they're a little bit shady just because you don't have to disclose anything. So we really don't know who Van Zandt is.
Delaware is the best state to open up your LLC. They have no sales tax inside of the state of Delaware. Their annual fees for the LLCs are extremely minimal. And if you don't do any business inside of Delaware, you won't have any Delaware income tax either. So you get all of these benefits, but also it's extremely quick. You can file and get approval the same day or next day. Their filing system is extremely quick. And if a client decides to sue you, they have a court system specifically dedicated to business disputes. And that court system is extremely efficient and extremely business friendly. Delaware protects its business owners, and that's why more businesses are registered with Delaware than almost any other state when they are outside the state.
But Van Zandt's record isn't completely clean because at one point, the firm later did business in California, requiring it to file in that state too, which shows that Blake is behind the company. A September 2023 California corporate filing lists Blake Reynolds, her married name, as the company's CEO, secretary, chief financial officer, and states the firm is in the entertainment industry. So it looks like it's her own personal LLC that she used to go and subpoena this information. Now, this feels illegal, doesn't it? That they were able to go and bypass this current lawsuit that we are dealing with another one that had no names, and they were able to get this information and gather it for another suit. I don't know if it's illegal, it's at least super shady. Another lawyer chimed in and said it's also really rare to sue only Doe defendants. Remember, there was 1 through 10 Does that were listed. So this lawyer said it makes no sense to me.
Subpoena gate continues. This is going to be really a hiccup for Blake Lively and her team, I think. Essentially, she found this mystery lawsuit tied to one of Blake Lively's companies. One of Blake Lively's companies, who knows, she has 5,000 Blake Brown's BB companies, filed a lawsuit late September against anonymous defendants, so we don't know yet who. I'm assuming that's where the subpoena came from, or came to Stephanie Jones. It has nothing to do with sexual harassment, I'm being told. Stephanie Jones then says, oh, here we go, I'm subpoenaed, handing over the text messages. Maybe she told her husband at WME, you may want to go tell Blakey over there to find a way to subpoena me because I need to give you guys some good shit that I have over here with all these text messages because we have to go and nail Jen Abel and that team. Find a way so that I can give you these legally. So there's this lawsuit that comes on over. She gets subpoenaed. She sends over all these text messages. Oh, but magically, this lawsuit that doesn't have anything to do with sexual harassment, has completely something else, gets pulled on December 19th. It's the day before the complaint gets filed.
Those are the updates I have for you guys on Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and Justin Baldoni. I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. I do think that's really shady behavior, though I I don't think that either of them are 100% innocent. You know what I mean? Like, there's something about Justin Baldoni that, like, I do feel like he's being taken advantage of in some ways, but I also think that there's got to be something, right? I mean, I can't imagine Blake Lively starting all of this for nothing. But, you know, I'm going back and forth. I'm going to wait until their day in court, and we're going to be reporting on it then. But I want to hear what you guys think, and I'll see you in a new video soon. Bye, guys.